Well, it's a no good, dirty, riding, foggy headed morning trying to find my way back home. Figuring out.
Hey everybody, this is Jason Kyle Wickens. I want to welcome you into, a rather special episode of the Foggy Headed Podcast. In lieu of a guest this week, I kind of just wanted to sit around the fire and hang out with these four fantastic guys who've kind of made the Jason Kyle Wickens band what it is.
No, it's good. It's good.
Smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors, yeah.
We also definitely want to thank our partners at Mossy Horn Whiskey. Fantastic whiskey and bourbons.
Yeah, hopefully their truck wins tonight when we're recording this.
Right. Yeah, on the truck series tonight. Tonight is May 2nd, so you'll be seeing this way after tonight, but just in case you're curious.
It'll be after a foggy-headed morning.
Yeah, we'll definitely probably have one of those on Sunday after our album release show at Poor David's tomorrow night. But a lot of people don't really know how the band started, and they also don't really know a whole lot about me. So I just want to talk real quickly about me and my music career. So,
well, I mean, it's perfect because Poor David's Pub, where your first show.
Yeah, that was my very first acoustic show ever.
Yeah.
In August of 2016. I moved down to Texas A&M a couple of weeks later, just kept playing music and trying to write and trying to figure it out and learn. And I didn't really play a whole lot those first couple of years. And then I ended up working for the radio station, got in touch with a lot of really cool people, other artists, a lot of DJs, industry people, a lot of professionals within the city. So I played all over College Station, anywhere that I could, just trying to make a little extra cash, try to make a name for yourself. And then I started, moving out a little bit to Fredericksburg, the Hill County, Austin, and of course I had family and still have family that live here in DFW, so I'd always travel back here if I had gigs. I always had a place to crash. I'm always known as the Pearl Snap Gypsy to my friend.
I like that.
Oh my God.
Now, see, that needs to be a t-shirt too. Yeah. I like that. Pearl Snap Gypsy.
Pearl Snap Gypsies would be a cool band name.
Dude, that actually would be.
But I'm way too much of a narcissist to not have my name in the band.
No, yeah, good news. We're changing the name.
Well, I could live with that one. That one's kind of cool, actually.
Jason Kyle Wickens and the Pearl Snap.
It's better than the spectacles. The spectacles, because we all wear glasses. Well, I'm not wearing my glasses right now.
Spectacles. I thought that was
I've got them.
Right. Well, when the solo thing fails, we'll just start a cover band and it'll be the spectacles, and we'll have to find. I think did the Monkeys all wear glasses?
I don't know.
Okay, well,
I don't think Mickey did.
It's a better name than the band I ran sound for, the Sprinkles, the other night.
Sprinkles?
The Sprinkles.
I thought everything was better with sprinkles.
Well, it depends on the sprinkles, I guess.
So how did y'all make, because I came in way later, so I know both of them were involved, so I'm not sure.
Craigslist.
So
the magic of Craigslist.
Really?
Yeah.
Craigslist?
Back when
Craigslist,
when
Rich
Craigslist
was looking for a date.
I was looking. Don't tell Bronwyn.
Yeah. So I moved up to Denton in April of 2021, and I had the pool company I started with my best friend Matthew at the time. And I've been looking for a band throughout my entirety of my college career. Just never really had a lot of luck, never had really a lot of the time because I worked 11, 12-hour shifts at the radio station. So when I moved up to Denton, I made a post on Craigslist. I was just looking for a band. Richard, in all of his Richard glory, reached out. And no, that's a good thing. Richard glory's good.
It is Craigslist.
For once.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's funny. I still have the original email. It was October of 2021, I believe, when he reached out.
Yeah.
And the irony is, I met him and his wife Bronwyn and Renoa and Apollo, their dogs at the time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We actually had lunch at Barley and Board before they closed
that's right. Yeah.
But it was
Apollo.
Yeah.
It was probably 6 to 7 months later before we actually started doing anything. I mean, we talked back and forth that entire time, talked music, talked aspirations, what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
But we finally got together. Fortunately, Rich happened to do Russ or Michael, whichever you want to call him. He prefers Michael. We call him Russ, but they knew each other. They knew each other from a couple past fans.
Yeah.
And then Russ knew Roman.
Yeah.
And then Roman knew Doc. And everybody knew me. So
Russ knew Doc too.
Russ
Russ knew Doc too. There's 7 layers.
There's been many bands in between. Some combination of.
Yeah, these three here. Yeah, there've been a number of projects. So.
Right. It's funny because in my Google Drive, I pay for a lot of storage, and sometimes I'll find like our first or second set list ever, which was at my family reunion, and I'm comfortable telling this story at this point because I've paid off the bill and nobody can give me any shit for it anymore. But so our very first show was in November of 2022. It was either right before or right after Thanksgiving. And a week or two prior,
right around Thanksgiving. I remember
a week
that.
or two prior, I was at a bachelor party at Windstar, and
which will be a song
The
eventually.
special trip.
Yeah, no pun intended.
The Chickasaws got you.
Yeah, we'll just say that if you have boots that look like these on the bottom, don't run on wet pavement because you'll fall.
Especially when alcohol is involved.
Yeah, thanks to our partners at Mossy Horn Whiskey.
Speaking of,
drink responsibly.
Run responsibly.
And
run apparently.
and protect your teeth.
Long story short, ankles got wrapped up, fell on my face, broke these front 2 teeth. These shiny pearls are fake now, but I had to play my very first show with a pair of fake George Washington wooden teeth.
And painkillers.
That's right.
Actually, no. I didn't take any
you really
meds.
weren't. Yeah, no, you weren't.
The root canal, there was no problem.
It was the kolaches.
Yeah, the kolaches got you.
Yeah, that show was in West.
Yeah.
Or Penelope.
Penelope,
Yeah, kolaches are great. But
That's how we were paid, was in kolaches.
Yeah, I think
mostly.
Yeah. They were good, too.
Yeah, remember when being paid with food was good?
Yeah.
It was.
What's money?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, it's really wild how
Who
long we've
needs
been
it?
doing this, though. I mean, it doesn't seem that long.
No, it doesn't seem very long.
It really
Yeah,
does.
I mean, we'll call it February of 22.
Mhm.
So just over 3 years.
And then when did Doc come along, buddy?
He was there right
He was
before Poor David's the first time.
Okay, yeah.
So at the beginning of
It was
23.
about 6 months in when we started talking
Working
about.
with,
So 22. Yeah. So but it's still in. Yeah.
Into 22, and then, but he was
Someone
there.
said we need someone good, and then they went, I don't know anyone good. How about this dude?
Mike
No, I
owns a
think it was. We need a
Maybe
keyboard
he'll
player.
do
You're
that.
like, well, I'm a bass player. Well, I mean, but I'll play keys.
Yeah.
Okay,
But he has
you're
a
in.
cool car we'll use in a music video.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
And we
yeah,
did.
I was gonna say, what do you mean that
Someday
already
I'll
happened?
teach Kyle how to drive a stick.
I'm still traumatized.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had some fun. We've had some pretty crazy gigs, too.
Oh, should we talk about the infamous Railport gig?
Oh, my
Oh,
Jeez,
God.
So,
150 degrees.
So, most of you probably
Planet Venus.
We're on the surface of
Waxahachie.
Venus.
dude.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
We put in the freezer.
Right after
Nothing
we got
against
in.
Railport.
No,
Railport
they were great. They were.
Their
It was
beer
a
is
hot day.
awesome. It's like,
and they were very
It was
Yeah,
hot.
they were.
accommodating.
Yeah,
to
no,
us.
this is purely a Texas gripe.
It
Yeah,
was really hot.
Yeah.
they let us use their walk-in freezer. That was
Outdoor
good.
gigs in Texas from June through September is a terrible idea.
Yeah, and so as most of you know, Richard, our
Yeah.
immaculate drummer, is one of Dallas's very own firefighters. And, that show was incredibly hot. All of us were just dying by the end of it.
We were.
And I remember I was trying to help pack up, because I'm not that type of lead singer or frontman that just says, screw you guys, I'm going home, right?
Yeah.
But,
Got my
He's not famous enough yet.
We don't
Yeah.
have a tour bus yet. If we
Yeah.
get the tour bus, that might change.
But anyway, I remember I could barely pick up my guitar, and Richard said,
Yeah.
all right, you have two choices. I'm going to stick you in that freezer with all the beer kegs, or I'm going to call my firefighter buddies, and they're going to take you to the hospital.
Well, we've shown up to a show, and
Yeah.
he's there working on someone that's
Yes.
crashed.
Yeah.
With a heat stroke or something.
That was
like
the
Yeah,
Lake
that's
House-
right.
Lake House in Fort Worth. Again,
Yeah,
a
that's right.
summer show
Yeah.
where it's
That's
ridiculously
right, yeah.
110 outside.
But
Also-
that person wasn't
yeah.
outside. They had just had way too much.
Way too much to drink.
No, it was a combination. He was out on the lake on the boat,
Okay.
and a lot of drinks on board. As that's a bad combination, man.
Yeah.
And it was 110 plus.
Speaking of combinations, that was the night that Roman ate a bug.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and
And
your hat
grasshopper
flew
off.
off. Your
Which
hat
was
flew off, and then a
bang.
bug so big flew into the back of my head. I thought somebody came behind me and
Yeah, it's
slapped me.
true.
So I looked back like
I don't know
ready
what they
for
were,
like
grasshoppers or what.
yeah. It was like
Wow.
holy crap, that was a bug.
Can we talk about
Yeah.
bars that you play at that serve good food, but they
Mhm.
take your order and then you have to go up and
And
play
it-
and the food gets
yes.
set up right as you start the
Yes.
Because that gig we had to sit and look at our food get. Well, it was
Cold.
hot, so
Yeah.
but it was like
It stayed warm.
those tacos look so good.
Those tacos
Those
look
so good.
great.
Can we just do half a second?
Yeah, it makes it so hard to want to play.
It does.
It's just
Talking
I
about
need-
food again, right?
And yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it always goes back to.
Well, you feel so awful on stage if you like you eat like right before.
Right.
And it's like, but
Yeah,
there's
I
some
mean-
of these places have damn good food.
I can't have dairy before I sing, so which sucks because I love a cold glass of milk. But
Oh wow.
Those
Too
of us
phlegmy?
behind you
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Milk and beans,
Yeah, because those
boys.
fans do blow this way.
But then we had my fire that I could
Oh
not
my
get up to
Oh
order
my
fire.
gosh.
So we were fortunate enough to have the city of Cockrell Hill have us play for the inaugural opening of the Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, which actually Tommy Katona and Texas Flood are playing.
Yeah.
Tomorrow was
Just
last
had it.
weekend.
It was last
It
week.
was last
Last
week, yeah.
weekend.
But anyway, so of course there's a bunch of security personnel, first responders, police,
Oh my
firefighters,
gosh.
and
The jittery.
we were going back to the car from the stage, packing up, and there's a bunch of food trucks and vendors set up, and I'm walking this way, Roman's looking this way, and I just hear Roman,
Kyle!
and I go, Roman, what? Use your word.
And all I could get out was Kyle.
But long story short, I end up turning around and I see this giant fireball behind us.
Yeah.
And
It was a food truck. I mean, it was their
The
grease or
generator,
whatever.
that was their
Another
generator.
generator. Yeah, the generator went up. It
don't
was-
pour water.
But
on
then
a
there's
diesel
no
It was awesome.
Cockrell Hill Fire Department anywhere.
No.
Well, no, they were all
doing something
kind
else.
of
By the show.
By
They
the
were
show.
hanging around, on standby.
And this is
but
when
they
we
were
learned apparatus.
yeah, they were
So-
across the way.
Yeah, Rich,
Apparatus became our favorite word.
Yeah,
I love to
appar-
tell this story, but I'll let Rich tell it. instead.
Oh yeah, so I just anyway, I heard them saying something. I look over, I
So
see this
humble.
huge fireball,
You
and I
only
was like,
called
"Oh
there.
crap!"
It was big,
And
too.
so
It wasn't
there was
tiny.
they had a brush truck that was just parked kind of near us. I ran to the brush truck and I was looking for a couple of the Cockrell Hill guys, and man, I didn't see anybody nearby. And so then I was just like, well, on a Dallas truck, we would put an extinguisher here, and I just opened the door, and there it was there.
It was there.
The best part,
Oh
though,
my god!
the best quote from that entire
Oh
scenario was,
yeah.
"Sorry, I touched your apparatus."
Sorry, I touched your apparatus. Well, you never. Hey, look.
But that was great. Man.
You never touch another man's apparatus, all right?
Yeah, but all the firefighters they finally showed up when you had already put it out, and they were like, "I'm a Dallas firefighter. Sorry, I touched your apparatus." As he's so cool and calm, and we're all going, "Holy crap! Did you guys see that?" Rich was like, "Sorry about that."
It was. I mean, it
Sorry,
blew up. I mean, that was kind of surprising because that was
Yeah.
what got me. Is
You
like
saved
it went
that guy's
from nothing
business
to.
because that
Yeah,
thing was
well,
on the
yeah,
back of
yeah.
his food
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah.
It had gone up. You hadn't been
So
there.
from my angle, I was still walking
My
from
one
the
save.
stage.
Oh, right.
And I saw all the firefighters take off running, and the cops look
Yeah.
over and they point and they slowly
Yeah.
start.
Yeah. I mean, what are they going to do? Jump on it?
Exactly.
Well,
those guys
they
do
don't
it.
get excited until they hear a couple like pow pow. That's when they get really excited.
right, yeah.
So.
Be sure to subscribe for the latest music, podcast, and show information. And don't forget to hit that like button.
Like I said,
It is Cockrell Hill.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the same gig that they got. You and my microphones reversed. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was.
That was fun.
Oh, it was so windy.
That was
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
Kyle's
yeah,
hat
with the
flew
hat.
off.
Yeah.
And you what was or
It almost landed on Russ's
it almost
head.
landed on
Yeah,
Russ's head. I mean, like
yeah.
perfectly landing
But
on
you
his
know, the
head.
show goes on. The screens behind us were flapping
Yeah, I
in
was
the
about
wind.
to say, we had
Yeah.
our custom logo back there, and the screens weren't tied down together.
Yeah, it's like
Swaying
this way, yeah.
So like my eyes would slowly go like this, and then like that.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun show. But it just shows you just get through it, man.
No,
We've
it's.
had plenty of other ones.
And all the shows when Roman decides to stay on stage.
Oh yeah, I decided to go take a bathroom break.
Yeah,
I don't think you decided. I think you,
Yeah, I did.
I think your bladder decided.
New
Well,
beds.
you know, once
new
over
beds,
50, you have no choice.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just a thing.
Like there goes Roman.
It's just Roman.
Just
comes
wing it.
back to
Wait,
me,
do
I'm
something
playing a
silly.
song.
Where's he
going,
going?
Kyle,
I ain't
start
gonna
playing
make
some
it. I gotta
goddamn-
go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, so
He has to go.
let me extrapolate. So Roman runs off and tells everybody, "Hey, I gotta go take a piss, guys." And I can't hear anything because we all have ears on
Yeah.
stage. And so I see Russ and Doc and Rich just looking at each other like,
Yeah.
Well, I think Rich is the only one I told.
I was, yeah, he was like, he's
You were
like,
the only
I
one
gotta
told.
go. And like, but he's just like, I gotta go, and just left. And so I was like, all right.
so this was right after a very fast, upbeat.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
It might have been, I don't even know your name. I think
Yeah,
it might have been
yeah,
something like that.
But,
yeah.
I just remember Russ looking at me, taking his one ear out, and just
go on.
"You got a vamp too." And what does Jason Kyle Wickens pick to play? The saddest song.
Saddest, yeah, most depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But the crazy thing, though, is our in-ears were awful that day.
Right.
And I could hear every freaking thing in the bathroom. I will never understand it because I'm like a mile away at that point.
Great.
Well, hey, now you're wireless.
But now you've got a great wireless system for your guitar.
Yeah,
so
you can just
take the guitar with you.
Yeah.
Actually,
playing.
next show you should start in the bathroom.
Well, I wanted to in Plano that one time when we were there because the bathroom was on the side of the stage.
Can't you talk through a pickup on a
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
What is that effect?
Yeah.
God, is that you?
Is it raining?
No, but we played some fun shows, though. There is, like, Texas Theater was really fun.
that was
Yeah,
a
I
great
mean,
show.
honestly, my favorite 2 shows throughout the past 3 years was that Austin trip.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Other than we
Lucky
almost
Rabbit
lost
was
Doc.
great.
Yeah. I'll let him tell the story if he wants to.
Well, so at Lucky Rabbit,
Yeah.
which we
Which is an
loved,
awesome
it was an
place.
awesome
Yeah,
place
that
to
was
play.
awesome.
It was.
The back of the
Why haven't we
stage
been
goes
back?
into the kitchen, but
We
it's
sent
like
them back
a,
there, yeah.
it's like a 3-foot drop, wouldn't you say?
Well, you have like
Yeah.
a plank.
Yeah.
It's like a moat
Yeah, the walk
for
the
a
plank,
a moat
across
for a
the- yeah.
castle. Which nobody really realized that until you fell.
Yeah. Until you found
Well,
it.
it's like Curtain Club
So
here used to be
I was
kinda
going
like
to jump, and like halfway through the jump, I decided that I would
Yeah.
put my arm down or something, but I hit the ground twisting, and I heard this giant pop in my leg, in immediate bad pain, and I thought, oh my God,
Broke my leg
I've
in
broken my
Austin.
leg. What am I going to do here?
The best part of that
You're
story
going to
for
sit through
me
that show with what you're
is
going
that I see Doc kind of, hunched over like this.
Yeah, I know, that's what was I like.
sitting
I was
there.
like, what happened?
And I'm like, Doc, are you good? And I just hear, no. But, long story short, we sent him to the van and had him rest, and he was okay, luckily, so we didn't have to make an ER trip in Austin.
No,
So.
that was good.
Yeah.
The next morning, though, when I got up,
Oh my gosh.
we were in this. It was a bed and breakfast, but we had bunk beds. So I was on the bottom bunk on one of those T bunks. Kyle was up there. Rich was on the other side, and I got up, and the minute the weight hit my leg, I immediately fell over into the wall.
I was already kind of getting up. Rich was stirring, and Doc was getting up. And I hear him getting up. And
That hurt far
Yeah, I
worse
hear
than
it.
I thought it was going to.
I hear, ow. I go, what was that? I just see Doc on the wall like this, hands up,
I can hear it now.
just like
You're
lockdown
okay?
position.
oh my gosh. That's,
Yeah, no, that cabin was awesome.
It was.
Except
it
for
was
the
good
time
time.
that I, left Doc's jeans at the house.
Oh, yeah.
I was just
yeah.
trying to help.
well,
He was
I'm
very
surprised
helpful.
I can wear Rich's belts. I don't know. It's 2 times I've left a belt at home, and I mean,
Well,
you're tiny
well,
compared to me.
yeah.
Me.
Oh,
We're still waiting to
I'm
see
shocked.
that show.
I'm deceptively wide.
You're stout.
I'm stout.
That's when you.
I don't think I'm fooled.
You're husky. You're husky.
Hey, these are
Well,
these
you
are
borrowed
my
a pair of my skinny jeans, didn't you?
I did. So
And that was when he sat
I
down.
Kyle
had
was
no ass,
so helpful, and we drove to, it was Pootie's, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
an hour
please.
away.
All the
at
way
Spice
It was
across
about
Bar.
an
the
hour
side
away
of the
from the
lake,
bed
yeah.
and breakfast. But Kyle was very helpful, and he took all of our stuff off of the van.
Yes.
And I was thinking in my head, I'll just leave my stuff on the van
Right.
because that's where my jeans are.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we drove to Pootie's, and we get there, and I went, where's my stuff?
Yeah.
And Kyle said, I took it in. I actually feel bad about it. I was like, please don't touch my stuff. So I'm in this panic going, I'm going to have to drive to Walmart or something.
Yeah,
There wasn't one.
There wasn't.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, there
Well,
was.
so
Yeah,
speaking of
there.
stuff and Poor David's
Yeah.
Pub, so we can kind of wrap this up. I still love that Russ's bass. The first.
Oh man.
Oh,
I learned something that night.
We did all
did
learn
not
something.
know.
I learned all of you something.
You did. Rich
what-
was very
What we learned
innovative.
is that Uber will pick up non-human passengers.
So the bass had an Uber ride.
That was
You
awesome.
can deliver goods via Uber.
I don't forget, Rich. Did you remember my bass like you said you would?
Define, remember.
Look, I do now.
I do know it's red.
Oh yeah, hey Russ, I just remembered I was supposed to bring your
Yes,
bass.
that's exactly what you said.
But yeah, we Ubered it straight from Denton down there and
Yeah,
had times
yeah,
the show.
yes.
So
In my defense, I do have a lot of crap.
You do. You do.
Dude, you had to carry the drum set. I mean, it's like,
that was when you were using the hard cases too, the road
Yep.
case.
You had the whole trailer and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
see, I don't miss carrying the amps. I mean,
No.
I know a lot of guys
no,
gripe
yeah.
about it, and I was one
No.
of them. But man, I tell you what, that Lone Star
It's
can
pretty
stay.
nice. Yeah.
It's like I'm nursing my back right now today, and it's
Yeah.
like there's no way I could move that.
No, I would love to
Oh,
play.
man.
I would love to play harmonica. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah, but those guys carry a big suitcase full of them.
I mean, you can
Yeah,
get
still
the
not
neck
a drum
brace.
kit.
Yes,
Nothing beats that forklift at the gig this last
Oh
week.
man, that was awesome.
Where they balance the freaking
Heart attack.
rack with how much money in it. And
Yeah.
hey, we'll just balance it on this little
Balance it
forklift
on a forklift.
and lift it 15 feet up in the air. Oh my god!
I will
Hey,
say they were resourceful.
it worked.
I'll give them that.
yeah.
It
This
worked.
is PSA to all festivals and venues. Always have a ramp to your stage, please.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
right.
you can, please.
There's too much money to risk it being dropped a flight of stairs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And,
Or if you have a forklift.
Or
Have a platform to put on the
flat platform.
with, yeah,
We'll supply our own pallet.
sidewalk.
It worked out. They did great.
It was a good gig.
Yeah, it was a good gig.
All right, guys. Well, this has been a little bit of the history of the band kind of coming together.
And
Like
we
I
got
said, we
a lot
can't-
more coming too.
Yeah, we
Songs,
got plenty of
Oh,
content coming. Like I said, the album's been out for a month or two at this point, which we're celebrating tomorrow night, May 3rd. Of course, you are all going to see this after tonight, but I've told everybody that's going to watch this to be there tomorrow, or I'll just be very upset and cry all night. But it's okay.
Now streaming on all major platforms. Red and Blue, Jason Kyle Wickens' debut album.
Figuring out, leaving no doubts where the hell that